Welcome, everyone. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Star-Spangled Banner. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed by the S.M.S. Advanced Choir members, Aiden Kimmel, Sam Munson, Mia Plu, Anna Puerto, Fiona Sledzik, and Alexa Stuppelbin, under the direction of Miss Marie Williams.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. Our group will now perform a mashup of I Lived and Unwritten.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Oh, when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Everybody runs, you choose. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know is give it all you have. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. When the moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, that's where I live. I am unwritten, can't read my mind. I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, and an unplanned. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find, reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest past is still unwritten. Ooh, oh. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find, reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find, reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find, reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. I am unwritten.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, members of the community, Board of Education, Dr. Blanche, faculty, staff, parents, and students. Thank you for joining us here today. Looks like we're going to get this in. And we're so happy to celebrate the journey that these students have traveled in what seems like 3 short, yet 3 very long, crazy years at S.M.S. I'd like to begin by thanking Mrs. Williams and our advanced choir, and Jimmy Gallivan and Mia Plu for their prelude music today. Great job. I'd like to thank Mr. D'Amato and Mr. Mackey and the rest of the custodial maintenance staff for preparing our grounds and preparing for multiple scenarios today, so thank you very much. Special thank you to Mrs. Dugmore, who went above and beyond to make sure that we were able to celebrate our students today. I hope I didn't drive you too crazy. Thank you very much. Thank you to Dr. Blanche and our central office team for all the hard work and planning you did to make sure we were able to be here today, and for keeping the rain away. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks to our faculty and staff who've worked so hard this year to meet the many different needs of our students, to make sure that they had a successful year and that we were able to be here to celebrate. We thank you for all of your hard work and your dedication. We know that it was a difficult year, and we really appreciate all that you do, so thank you. Thank you to our parents and guardians. Your support, flexibility, and understanding were greatly appreciated. I'd like to take a moment to thank our PTA officers and committee chairs for the hard work you put in to plan student events, fundraise, bring in speakers, plan book fairs, and support our students and staff at every turn. I'd especially like to thank Michelle Delarosa for her 3 years serving as president of our PTA. Thank you for your encouragement, collaboration, and tireless effort. You are the best and will be missed next year. Now for the reason we're all here. Congratulations to the class of 2022. This has been another challenging year, and you've demonstrated resilience and perseverance to make it here today. You've had a middle school experience like no other. Middle school years can be challenging under the best of circumstances, and yours were anything but. I think we got a glimpse of what might have been on our field trip to Duchess Stadium. That day, we laughed together. We looked out for each other on a challenging day. We experienced something new together. We'd never been there before, and we made it on the Jumbotron. That was a great day, and I hope there are more like that for you at SHS. You should be proud of your accomplishments, but I would like you to take a moment to think about and thank the individuals who helped shape your experience at S.M.S. Family members, coaches, counselors, teachers, and friends have all impacted your development over the last 3 years. I'd like to recognize 3 of those educators for their work in helping our students navigate those middle years. Mrs. Rustad, Mrs. Whistler, and Mrs. Pullman, thank you for all of your hard work and congratulations on your retirement. I think it's important to reflect on the challenges you've overcome because you can draw strength from knowing that you can handle adversity. But it's also important to focus on the opportunities that lie ahead. Somers High School is an amazing place. Take advantage, soak up everything SHS has to offer. Challenge yourself academically, join clubs, get involved, and explore your interests. You never know what you are capable of until you try. You are definitely ready. Mr. Bear, you're getting an amazing group of students. They are wonderful young people. Their dancing could use a little work, but they are a wonderful group of people. In closing, I'd like to say thank you for all the laughter, inspiration, flexibility, and memories you've given us over the past 3 years. Remember to work hard and be kind to others. Congratulations once again. I'd like to invite our superintendent, Dr. Blanche, to address our graduates.
Thank you, Mr. Gibbon. I'm a little nervous. Some of you may have been at the graduation yesterday, and for the last number of years, Mr. Bear has chosen to sing. And I'm a little concerned he's going to start dancing now next year, so hopefully we won't get that started.
Be a lot better.
Might be a little better. Mr. Gibbon, Board of Education, S.M.S. faculty, parents, family members, and most importantly, future SHS ninth graders. It is truly an honor to be here to celebrate with you this afternoon. First, we'd like to address our parents and grandparents today in the audience and all of those who mentored these children along the way. Today does mark a really big day in these young people's lives as they gently close the door on childhood and embark on a new adventure, emerging in 4 years from the high school as young adults. This is what we as parents, friends, mentors have been preparing for over the last 14 years. Together, we have given these young men and women opportunity, responsibility, and freedom. And now, future class of 2026, you are finishing your middle school years at S.M.S. and opening the door to a high school career. The years ahead will certainly bring many, many learning opportunities and certainly challenges to stretch yourself, develop your lifelong skills, and learning how to overcome obstacles. The high school, as Mr. Gibbon spoke, will bring many, many different opportunities your way. It will fill your life. You will be faced with endless new experiences and opportunities to challenge your thinking in many ways you haven't thought of. You may be used to assessments and different things, so I thought I'd start with a pretty straightforward one. So here's a jar. I'm going to go ahead and put some rocks in here. All right. It's a binomial question here. So, are we pretty filled? Yeah. We're pretty filled glass here. So the reality is that not yet. All right, that's not bad. I think we're filled now. So pretty filled? Okay, then. All right. Yeah, we're getting down. Pretty bad. It's like how I cook at the house. Don't measure anything, just a pinch of that, pinch of this. All right, so we're getting closer here. I think we're pretty close to full now. Metaphor here. This jar represents your life at the high school. The rocks, the pebbles, the sand represent the things you are going to put in your life over the next 4 years. Some individuals see this as you can always get just one more thing squeezed into your life somehow. I would ask you to take the perspective of thinking about those big rocks. They represent the most important things you have going on in your life, such as your family, your loved ones, your interest in thinking about your studies. The reality is you need to go ahead and think about that. The reality is the pebbles. Those represent things that are important. The sand, other things that fill your time. The pebbles are certainly things that give life meaning, perhaps hobbies and friendships and interest. The reality is if those do disappear, you're still left with those big rocks. You still have meaning, strong meaning in your life. Finding that sand represents fillers in your life. It could be small things like watching TV, on your cell phone, on social media. When honestly, many of those times just kind of consume and fill your life up. Before you know it, you're spending time and hours on that. Not necessarily adding a whole great deal of huge value to your overall life. Aimlessly maybe filling that too much. The important takeaway here is if we had started with the sand, those small things, we would have never gotten our big rocks in first. So the reality is, this holds true to the things in your life. Please do not be overwhelmed by the small things. You must place in those large rocks in your life. The self-discipline you demonstrate over the next 4 years, the strong habits you build will enable you to realize your hopes and to pursue your dreams. Remember, as you start SHS career, you must first place in your big rocks. Congratulations, class of 2026. Make yours a remarkable journey.
We will now present the 8th grade academic awards. We ask award recipients, our students, to stand when they hear their names called. We ask that you please hold your applause until all names have been called for each award. Award certificates will be in your envelopes when you come up to get your diplomas, okay? And we are going to start with the first award is our ELA award, Certificates for Excellence in ELA. Will the following students please stand? Eli Clavenes, Nathaniel Jen, London Oliver Guy, and Jason Sun. Please stand to be recognized. You're up, Allison.
On behalf of the World Language Department, I am very proud to present the Certificates for Excellence in World Language to the following students. In Italian, Luca Gambardella and Caitlin Gannon. In Spanish, Jessica Bowden and Luca Conti, Kevin Gates and Isabella Wissa. And in French, Aiden Di Siena and Fiona Sledzik.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Rassiopo. On behalf of Mrs. Pandolis, Mrs. Breglio, and myself, we would like to recognize the following students for demonstrating excellence in math this year. Akosia Adobia Werdu, Jack Della Russo, Aiden Di Siena, Savannah Dondel, and Mairead O'Connor. I also have the honor of presenting the award for the American Association of University for Women. This group strives to promote lifelong education, positive societal change, and equity for all women and girls. Of particular importance is their goal to increase the number of girls interested in careers in math, science, computer science, and engineering. This year, the Westchester branch of the AAUW is awarding 3 young women who excel in mathematics, science, or technology. I'm honored to present this year the awards to Anya Karana, Fiona Sledzik, and Isabella Wissa. Congratulations.
On behalf of the Science Department, I am honored to present the following students for Certificate of Excellence in Science: Sophia Elizai, Eva Nevsky, Brady Janik, and Violet Scaglione.
Good afternoon. Mr. Woolsey and I are honored to present the certificates for excellence in social studies to Caleb Carpenter, Anna Hagan, Mia Palmeno, and Nicholas Quinones.
Outstanding achievement in physical education. Jessica Bowden, Jared Castillo, Luca Gambardello, Marley Hawkins, London Oliver Guy, Jackson Whipple, Deanna Donnelly, and Charles Yazzo.
Iantha Brock was a dedicated educator in the Somers community. In her honor, we give this award for outstanding effort and improvement. It is given by Mariana Breglio, Catherine Jelenic, Agustina Almonte, and me, Darlene Esposito. The award is given to Christopher Bombase, Kaylee Conti, Mateo Goulart, Kiera Martin, Mylene Mora, James Radding, and Caitlin Zigabara.
It's my pleasure to present the certificate for outstanding artistic achievement chosen by Mr. Wanderling and Mrs. Pasiulo. The award recipients are Isabella Butrico, Catherine Darcy, Natalie DeSanto, James Gallivan, Anna Hagan, and Michael Lopez. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Matt Lugo, and on behalf of myself and Mr. DeVito, we would like to congratulate the following students for doing an amazing job in technology and engineering education. We have Caleb Carpenter, London Oliver Guy, Anya Karana, and Luca Viscogliosi.
On behalf of the Family and Consumer Science Department, which is Miss Gwelly, but she didn't want to be on the stage, so I'm going to point her out so you all smile at her. Achievement awards in Family and Consumer Science are Gianni Bernardi, James Gallivan, Michaela Eagleton, and Anna Puerto.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Chan, and on behalf of the Performing Arts Department for Mrs. Malera and Mrs. Williams, we have the following awards. For our band certificate for outstanding musicianship, we have Christina Giudici and R.J. Peterson. For our chorus certificate for outstanding achievement in chorus, we have Aiden Kimmel and Mia Plu. And finally, our orchestra certificate for outstanding achievement in orchestra, we have Christian Labasso and Fiona Sledzik.
Okay, and I'm going to present the SEF Tusker Award, which is our certificate for exhibiting the characteristic of a Tusker at S.M.S. And those are awarded to Jessica Bowden, Eli Clavinas, Caitlin Gannon, James Moriello, Jordan Mylar, Nico Quinones, Julian Ramirez, and Akosia Adobia Werdu.
It's my pleasure to present the last two awards. The Georgia Deermeyer Humanitarian Award is presented to students for showing compassion and service toward others. Those award recipients are Aiden Kimmel and Mia Plu. And our last award is an academic award. This was voted on by our 8th grade faculty. And this is a certificate for students exhibiting outstanding effort and achievement overall in their academic courses. The award recipients are Gianni Bernardi, Michaela Eagleton, James Gallivan, and Athena Orjahowski. We started a tradition a few years ago of inviting student speakers to speak on graduation day, and we're excited to continue that tradition. I'd like to invite our first student speaker to the podium, Ana Puerto.
Hello, families, teachers, and students. My name is Ana Puerto, and I was chosen to tell you a little bit about my middle school experience. First, I'd like to thank Mr. Getman, Mrs. Mangoni, Mrs. Kerchak, and every teacher and administrator that made my middle school experience as good as possible despite the challenges we faced. I'd also like to thank Mrs. Reynolds and Mrs. Valdez for giving me the opportunity to speak with you all today. Our class was forced into something that hadn't been done before, and even with every obstacle, including the outbreak of COVID-19, online learning, and so much more, we defeated the odds, and we are all still standing. Regardless of who you are, middle school is hard for everyone, especially for a bunch of kids who were thrown into a difficult situation during a difficult time. On the first day of 6th grade, I remember Mr. Techo telling my math class that things that had once come easily will become harder to get answers for. These words stuck with me because of the truth behind them. The number one question I've asked myself throughout middle school is, why is this happening to me? Not to my surprise, there has never been a clear answer, and I honestly don't think that there ever will be one. However, through all the unanswered questions, there have been great friends, supportive family, and great teachers. I'd like to take a moment to let everyone think of a teacher from your middle school experience that not only changed your experience, but you for the better. I could stand up here and tell you about all the amazing teachers I've had at S.M.S, but we don't have time for all that. Throughout my middle school experience, I've always thought about the teachers I didn't like, but now I realize that all that matters is the one teacher who demonstrates patience, passion, encouragement, and everything else that makes up an amazing teacher. These past 3 years have taught me so much, including being patient with the people around you, empathizing with others, being kind because everyone is fighting their own battles, be grateful because this could all be gone tomorrow, and everyone loves Mr. Fontana. Thank you, and congratulations, S.M.S. Class of 2022.
Thank you, Anna. I'd like to invite Isabella Wisa to address the crowd.
Welcome to S.M.S. graduation. I am so honored to have been given this opportunity to speak to my classmates and families on our graduation day. I want to congratulate my classmates on successfully completing middle school. And on behalf of my classmates, I want to thank the administrators, all the wonderful teachers, and everyone at S.M.S. for 3 fantastic years. I also would like to thank our families for their guidance and support. We couldn't have done it without you. As Dr. Seuss once said, you have brains in your heads and feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. It didn't feel that way 3 years ago. We were young, inexperienced, and scared. We didn't know what to expect of middle school. However, from the moment we entered until today, we have been enveloped in kindness. Kindness was a big part of our middle school years. Kindness from our teachers, kindness from our peers, and even the 8th graders. I remember being scared of changing classes and so many different classrooms, but the kind environment got us through it. As we start high school in a few months, I know the kindness will only be greater. I know we will be guided and supported to have the most successful high school years. Hope was also a big part of our middle school. Most of our years were overcast with COVID, but that didn't stop the teachers with providing us with hope for the future. Through all the Zoom classes, they gave us hope. During hybrid days, they gave us hope. After canceled events, they gave us hope. Behind each mask, the smiles never stopped, and we knew one day everything will be okay. I remember the day when our school trips were finally announced. I was so excited and full of hope. And now, I can't wait for all the fun, excitement, and new things to learn in high school. Our teachers' support and hope makes me confident that we can overcome any challenges that life brings us in college, high school, and beyond. In middle school, we were constantly inspired by our teachers and our friends. In our classes, we heard stories from around the world and throughout history that inspired us. I remember my ELA teacher encouraging me to enter my poems in a writing competition. At first, I didn't think I should, or did I believe my poems were any good. But she inspired me to believe in myself. As a result, my poems won 2 awards. I think the inspiration will be even greater in high school. There's a varied curriculum to choose from, and so many more sports and clubs to join, so many more teachers to meet. There's no end to the new inspirations we will encounter. But the most important thing we will learn in high school is to become inspirations for those that follow. Soon, before we know it, we will be the seniors in high school, and we will take the knowledge, kindness, and hope we learned, and we will guide the freshmen as they come in. As we have been inspired, we will inspire others. So it may seem scary, daunting, and maybe even a little overwhelming, but together we can do it. I'm confident that we can become the kind, hopeful, and inspirational leaders of the future. Just as Dr. Seuss said, "You're off to great places, today's your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way." Congratulations to Somers Middle School class of 2022. We did it, and I can't wait for the future.
And I'd like to invite our last student speaker to the podium, Akosia Adobia Werdu.
Class of 2022. Honestly, I can't believe this day is here. I remember September 1st being like literally yesterday. I remember Eli asking me if I was new here and sitting next to Anya in advisory. I didn't think I'd be able to adjust into such a new community. I never wanted to move here in the first place, if I was to be honest. This school is different from my school in the Bronx, educationally and socially wise. But one thing for sure is that I've made tons of memories in this school, and I've grown to love this place. Too bad we have to leave. But Somers High School, or any high school, holds more opportunities for us, and it's our next step in all of our futures. Let's look back into our memories of 8th grade. First, starting with our first new kids meeting, the people that get it. When I was hesitant about liking this new school, I met 12 other kids in our grade that were also new. We got to know each other, and I loved that. I remember when half of the grade was like literally crying because the schedule was so confusing. We were all like, why do we have classes twice for one day? 'Cause call back. The first 8th grade social was such a special moment because I got to meet people in our grade that I didn't know. And plus free Oreos. The NaNoWriMo unit was one of our favorite memories because we were all like mini authors. Thanks Mrs. Reynolds and Mrs. Balders for providing us with that unit. I remember everyone asking each other, how many words have you written? What's your goal? During that unit. Then we started the rover car project. It wasn't easy, that's for sure. But it was fun and we learned a lot through it. I wonder where my car is now. I remember when we started learning about World War I, and I had such a hard time pronouncing the archduke's name. Was it Frankfurt? Yeah, I still struggle in that. Math was such a peaceful class for the most part, and Summer, Regina, Emily, Aiden, and I all believed that Mrs. Rasiopo was an amazing math teacher. For all of the people that wrote in the newspaper, we were all getting that bag. In other words, we were getting gift cards for displaying our amazing writing skills in the Tusker Tribune, and thanks Mr. Pappas for that. After winter break, we had one of our first trips after a long time of no trips, because COVID is a beast. We went to the high school, and it's actually so nice and big, and it has tons of classes and clubs. And honestly, I was amazed. After this graduation, when we start school in the fall, we will all be attending there. Remember when Mrs. Kirchhardt called us to her office to create our schedules for 9th grade? I felt so grown that day. I remember stressing so much over the fossils unit in science. I'm pretty sure I had a grudge against frogs for a while after that unit. Just jokes. But it's all new information that we're learning every day, you know. I remember trying to ask Mr. Panetta for revisions on a test, and he suddenly pulls up carrots and hummus. One of my favorite moments that me and Svela share of him. I remember when I'd always go to Miss Coelho and cry about my grades. She was really my support teacher, and she always gave great advice. I remember when I'd always go to the gear shack constantly, and I know for a fact that it was not only me. Miss A and Mr. Jeffrey, you will definitely miss us. I remember when the seats changed for lunch, like in January, and yes, it seemed like ages ago. I remember when we had 2 high schoolers come to our science class to talk to us about SHS. It felt so close then, and now the time is actually here. I remember when we went to the auditorium for the science experiment showcase to learn about Newton's laws. I remember Kai sitting on that air hoverboard thing and he was like literally flying. I remember the fruit flies doing it, and I had no idea why we were even using flies in the first place. I was scared that the flies would get in my hair and kill me, but here I am, alive. I remember the first day of trimester 3, devastated that I didn't know anyone in my tech class, but then I met some nice people and we started the golf course project. I remember all those days in team times where Xavier, Izzy, Evelyn, Eli, Kate, Natalie, and I would play Uno. Those days were happily chaotic. I remember the time in Spanish where me and my friends Carolina and Liana made an amazing video about a Spanish rap. And yes, Jana's group, our video was better. I remember when we started the book club for the Human Rights Project in ELA, and coming from someone that loves books, I honestly love the groups and the books and everything in that project. And I loved when we started the Human Rights Expo. Those classes were so chill, and I loved my specific group. Yes, I'm talking about you, Claire and Natalie. The actual expo was so amazing, and as well was everyone's project. I remember when we went to the baseball game, and how could I ever forget? Baseball was never really my thing, but I knew that the Renegades won, and that people were screaming their lungs out for a baseball. Oh, and that the food was really good. I remember when we had the book fairs, and everybody was running to the library to buy candy. Sigh. I remember all the track practices and track meets that we had outside of school. I was so scared to run in my Jordans, but Michaela motivated me to running them. Track was really chill though. We don't talk about the hurdles, Julia. I remember when some of us took the ELA math and science state tests. It seemed like it took hours, but the time went by really fast. I remember when we went to the last 8th grade social, once again free ice cream, and the DJ was valid. And my last memory that I have, that was probably my most important memory, was the day where the mask mandate was lifted, because it honestly changed all of our lives. Because 2019 to 2021, 2022, ever since we went into the pandemic, it was really hard for all of us. And when I heard that the masks were being taken off, it's like our lives were coming back to normal again. There's probably a lot of more memories, but if you know me, you know I have a terrible memory. Overall, it was a good roller coaster around 8th grade, and I loved it. Thanks S.M.S students, staff, parents for all shaping our last year in this 8th grade year. Yes, we ate and left no crumbs. Congrats, class of 2022.
I don't think there's a higher compliment than when an 8th grader calls you valid, right? That's pretty impressive. Okay, we will now get ready to present our diplomas to our graduates. Again, students will cross the stage and get their diplomas on stage.
Sean Cabo. Deanna Donnelly. Alexander Caloris. Joseph Provenzano. You got it, Joe. And Charles Yazzo. Akosia Adobia Werdu. Jack Alessandro. Jacob Anderson. Leo Antonini. Giuseppe Arena. Ev Aronoff. David Arpey. Liana Arroyo Valentin. Regina Ayubi. Suela Badolu. Jason Baez. Ryan Ball. Christopher Bambase. Layla Barbell. Summer Bafanis. Ethan Belliard. Gianni Bernardi. Annalise Bobadilla. Joseph Boyai. Jessica Bowden. Altina Brahimai. There's always one sister in the crowd. Jack Braun. Holden Burleski. Ben Brennickmeyer. James Bryn! With the emphasis on the James Bryn. Isabella Butrico. Allison Cabo. Marissa Cambereri. Jaden Cano Fry. Caleb Carpenter. Alex Cascio. Maya Casson. Jared Castillo. Lauren Castillo. Haley Cavuto. Desiree Ciccarella. Eli Clavines. Catherine Cole. Luke Conti. Kaylee Conti. Randy Contreras Valencia. Michael Cook. Kevin Cooper. Emily Cordero. Catherine Coughlin. Martin Kerma. Christopher Curry. Lorenzo D'Ambrosio. Catherine Darcy. Antonio Davia. Emily De Jesus. Jack Delarusso. Sierra Diodari. Brianna DeSanctis. Natalie DeSanto. Chloe DeVilliers. Andrew Diaz. Carlos Diaz Salazar. Carolyn DeMilla. Aiden DeSiena. Savannah Dondal. Sean Donnelly. Nora Donahue. Dahlia Duffy. Julia Dazinski. Michaela Eagleton. Calvin Ehrman. Sophia Elazai. Sarah Esposito. Rachel Esquivel Lieb. Ariana Farrow. Joseph Fink. Ethan Florentino. Jordan Frias. Kaylin Fry. Robert Gaida. Nicole Galetta. Jonathan Galino. James Gallivan. Luca Gambardella. Caitlin Gannon. Kevin Gates. Juliet Girardi. Megan Gilbert. John Gillette. Tristan Gironda. Christina Giudici. Matthew Giudici. Nicholas Goncalves. Carolina Gonzalez. Alexandra Google. Mateo Goulart. Chloe Groark. Alan Guzman. Leora Hadzovic. Anna Hagan. Marley Hawkins. Claire Higgins. Paul Hirschhorn. Libby Hockman. Jake Hopper. Frankie Irapoli. Frank Iluzzi. Augustus Infanti. Alexa Enzero. Jenna Yeager. Brady Janik. Mary Jarrett. Jeremy Jawahir. Nathaniel Jen. Dylan Jimenez. Andrew Jones. Leo Kaimig. Gavin Kelly. McKenna Kelly. Brett Kennedy. Anya Karana. Aiden Kimmel. Lucas Kolar. Kristen Krug. Deanna Krupa. Sebastian LeBate. Jack LaRocca. Dylan Larson. Kieran Lassen. Christian Lobasso. Emily Lapatka. Michael Lopez. Allison Lesshouse. Rowan Lyons. Melanie Maya. Isabella Mancini. Aliza Manis. James Moriello. Kiera Martin. Michael Martin. Alessia Mateo. Thomas Morrow. Liliana Mazzella. Casey McCullough. Colin McGee. Liam McGinnis. Sophia McIntyre. Aiden Mercado. Lou Meza. Jordan Mylar. Nate Mitchell. Mylan Mora. Gianna Morales. Andres Morocho Lopera. Haley Mueller. Mark Mundis. Samuel Munson. Enya Murphy. Matthew Nevada. Eva Nevsky. Jaden Newman. Jack Norica. Ben O'Brien. Mairead O'Connor. Gwendolyn O'Reilly. London Oliver Guy. Athena Orjahovsky. Hunter Osborne. Kieran Page. Dean Palazzolo. Mia Palmino. Cara Persico. You're everyone's favorite teacher, Miss Suarez. Randolph Peterson. Alyssa Paralia. Mia Plu. Samuel Polner. Good. Zachary Polner. Vincent Pomponi. Judah Portnoy. Sam Potter. Ana Puerto. Nico Quinones. James Radding. Juliana Ray. Julian Ramirez. Armand Rayo. Matthew Racine. Blarina Rexepi. Jonathan Rivera. Santiago Robles. Morgan Ropey. Julian Rosa. Jackson Rosalind. Julian Ruck. Dylan Santiago. Violet Scaglione. Catherine Seeger. Sanila Selamai. Mia Sessa. Evelyn Sinagra. Fiona Sledzik. Emily Schneider. Tyler Salamini. Kayla Spiradigliozzi. Lucy Spacito. Cooper Sternberg. Ethan Stuber. Jack Stoker. Alexa Stuppelben. Carter Suarez. Charles Sullivan. Jason Sun. Xavier Tejeda. Andrew Thomas. Jack Tobin. Alexander Torciello. Lindsay Ulai. Tyler Venturini. Sheridan Vera. Luca Viscoliosi. Amber Weber. Jackson Whipple. Logan Wiedemann. Olivia Wiegand. Isabella Wisa. Kai Wu. Lauren Zallo. Elizabeta Zefai. Caitlin Zigabara. Car Forsman. Malik Mingo. Brianna Parker. And last but certainly not least, Lucas Rachumi. Congratulations, class of 2022. It has been an absolute pleasure and honor to have you in the walls of SMS. You have truly changed us.
All right. What was the term?
Valid.
I just want to say you're all valid. That's my new term. That is my tune. You are all valid. How about one more round of applause for our graduates? Congratulations. That concludes our ceremony. I wish everyone the best at SHS. I hope you have a wonderful summer. Our graduates will now meet their parents in the back of the seating area. Feel free to stay and take some pictures if you would like. Thank you, everyone. Get home safely. Have a wonderful summer.